Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Today, we're taking a massive cross-country tour through China to witness a total radical transformation. We're shifting our perspective from the outdated stereotype of a hub for cheap manufacturing to an epicenter of global cutting-edge innovation. We're going to look at actual factories, labs, and city streets to witness what's being called the future race. It's a fascinating shift, and the journey we have lined up today will show you exactly how this is happening on the ground. Here's our itinerary for today. We're mapping out a journey across 4 distinct megacities to witness the future in real time. We'll start with the broader future race, plunge into the staggering empire of BYD, experience smart cities, come face to face with humanoid robots, and finally look at shifting global power balances. Kicking things off with Section 1, Journey into the Future Race. The crucial point here is that China has completely shattered its old stereotype. It's no longer just about mass-producing inexpensive goods. It's evolved into a massive factory for bold ideas, complex engineering, and future tech. We're looking at a nation aggressively building the infrastructure of tomorrow, today. Moving on to Section 2, the BYD Empire. For this, we're heading over to Shenzhen. Decades ago, this was literally just a small fishing village. Today, it's widely considered the Silicon Valley of the East. And right in the heart of this metropolis, we're exploring our first massive milestone, which is an absolute titan in the electric vehicle space. BYD's trajectory is the ultimate underdog story. They didn't start out as an automotive giant. Back in 1995, operating out of a tiny apartment, BYD, which, by the way, stands for Build Your Dreams, was just selling batteries. By 2003, they made a massive pivot into the car market. They faced overwhelming skepticism, with people telling them they were way too late to the game. Yet today, they stand as the #1 electric vehicle maker globally. You know, the dramatic irony here is just incredible. When BYD first announced they were making cars, the media was absolutely ruthless. In fact, if you walk through their corporate museum today, they actually have these old critical media clippings framed on the walls. Even industry giants like Tesla's Elon Musk famously and openly laughed at BYD's cars in early interviews, completely dismissing them as a non-threat. Well, nobody's laughing now, because last year alone, BYD sold over 1.4 million vehicles. Working quietly and incredibly efficiently, they actually surpassed Tesla in global electric vehicle sales. They literally went from being the punchline of an interview to leading the entire world in EV output. But the sheer scale of their production, it boils down to one staggering metric. 1. They are currently manufacturing 1 electric vehicle every single minute. That adds up to roughly 1,400 cars rolling off their highly automated robot-driven assembly lines every single day. And they're exporting these vehicles from ports right next to their megafactories to the entire globe. So, what's the secret sauce here? Well, because they started as a battery company in '95, they hold an incredible advantage in energy storage. Enter the famous Blade battery. It uses lithium iron phosphate, a highly stable chemistry that is far less prone to catching fire than traditional batteries. And instead of chunky cells, it features a smart, long, flat design. It literally looks like a sword or a blade. This unique shape allows it to be incredibly safe, structurally sound, and it's the core proprietary tech driving their global success. And here's the kicker. They're putting this incredible Blade battery tech into vehicles that are surprisingly accessible. You're getting high-end tech in a car with a base price of around just $25,000. And the features? Honestly, they're mind-bending. They have a model that, in the event of a severe flash flood, can literally float and navigate on water for 30 minutes. They've also rolled out charging tech so fast that 1 second of charging gives you 2 kilometers of range. Plus, BYD isn't just making cars. They're a holistic tech company building entire electric sky shuttle train systems that they export to places like Brazil. It's a real game changer for what consumers expect. All right, let's step out of the factory for Section 3, Smart Cities and Flying Services. Walking through the streets of Shenzhen feels exactly like stepping onto the set of a futuristic sci-fi movie. The tech we dream about for the future is already fully operational in everyday life here. For instance, getting a coffee here doesn't even require a delivery driver. You simply open up WeChat on your phone, place your order, and over at a central hub inside a major shopping mall, your coffee is securely loaded onto a drone. That drone then navigates the city's skyline and literally drops your coffee off from the sky at a designated kiosk right near you. It's wild. The entire city ecosystem is seamlessly interconnected. Picture your average day. You order a fully driverless taxi from a street-side screen. Forget your wallet? No problem at all. You pay for lunch by simply holding your palm over a scanner. At the airport, facial recognition guides you to your gate without a single printed ticket. And when you finally relax in your hotel room, your room service is delivered straight to your door by an autonomous robot. That brings us perfectly to Section 4, the era of humanoid robots. Let's move over to Hangzhou and Shandong and see how this builds into something even more incredible. We're shifting focus from smart city streets to the sometimes eerie but undeniably wondrous world of humanoids.
What we're witnessing here is a fierce, objective technological rivalry. For years, American heavyweights like Boston Dynamics and their Atlas robot have pretty much dominated viral robotics videos. But here in Hangzhou, a company called Unitree is fiercely challenging them by doing something totally unprecedented. Their highly flexible G1 robot is priced at just $16,000. By making this tech relatively affordable, they're allowing universities and tech companies everywhere to just buy them, experiment, and write software for them.
To put that 16 grand into perspective, the G1 is about the size of a small child and weighs just 35 kilograms. It literally arrives shipped to you folded up in a box, but once active, it boasts incredible balance, complex joint movements, and can run for 2 hours straight on a single charge. The engineers envision a near future where this isn't just some lab toy, but a daily home assistant making your morning cappuccino, cooking, or helping out around the house. Now traveling further north to Shandong, things get even more surreal. A company called EX Robots is building incredibly realistic humanoids featuring complex silicone skin designed to look 98% human. Walking through their facility, you can actually witness robotic arms assembling the delicate parts of other humanoid robots. It's literally machines building machines. The ultimate goal here is to integrate these highly realistic robots into the service sector, specifically as assistants in hospitals and interactive educators in schools. Finally, let's zoom out for Section 5, shifting global power balances. To look at the bigger picture of what all this innovation means, we need a quick stop in Shanghai, the beating financial heart of China. When you land in Shanghai, you can take the maglev train from the airport right to the city center. This train utilizes magnetic levitation to hit operational speeds of 431 kilometers per hour. 431! It easily challenges the famous Japanese transit systems and serves as a perfect high-speed metaphor for the breathtaking technological advancement we've seen on our journey today. Analysts point to this speed and scale as an indicator of a much broader historical shift. Think back to the mid-20th century. The mighty British Empire, which once held undisputed global dominance, quietly stepped back after 2 world wars as a new superpower emerged. Today, geopolitical experts observe that while much of the world is distracted by traditional conflicts, China is aggressively and often very quietly rewriting the technological rules of the game from within its borders. So, as we wrap up our tour of these mega factories, flying drones, and humanoid robots, we want to leave you with a final provocative thought to ponder based on the sources we've explored today. As China undeniably builds this astonishing high-tech infrastructure at breakneck speed, is the United States, much like the empires of the past, quietly retreating from its position as the undisputed global tech leader? It's a massive question, and one that the next decade of innovation will surely answer. Thank you for joining me on this explainer today. Keep asking questions and keep looking to the future.